God, I dreamed there was an angel who could hear me through the walls as I cried out like in Latin, this is so not life at all. Help me out of this nightmare. Then I heard her silver call. She said, just give it time, kid. I come to one and all. Hello all, my name is Blair, and today I'm going to be reviewing Some Kind of Normal by Juliana Stone. Oh my gosh, I read this book yesterday. I mean, it's been getting easier to read one book in one day, but my goodness, I read this book fast. This book is about two people, as you can see by the cover. It's about a boy named Trevor and a girl named Everly. And I just have to say, I love that name. I think I'm gonna name one of my kids Everly because that's so beautiful. Anyways, Trevor was in this huge accident like last year, according to the story. And he has a traumatic brain injury, so he's having a really rough time getting back to normal life, and he's trying to get back to normal and try to be like he used to be, but he knows that something's different, and he'll never get back to being himself because he was more like the jock, and he had a lot of friends and girlfriends, and he was very popular. And Everly is the preacher's daughter, and she's always seen, or she thinks she's seen as like untouchable by guys, and she thinks that people think she's snobby, and that's what is on the back of it. But there's this huge secret in her family, and she's been holding on to a lot of crap inside, and soon she has to tutor Trevor because he needs to pass this government test in order to graduate because he was in a coma during his senior year. So they start being friends and they fall in love, and it's really great, and I loved it. I love love. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. The only reason why I docked it a point was just because it left me wanting more, which is good. I like when books do that, but I wish there was a second one. Now, there is a line from a book called All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven, and I've talked about this book on many occasions, but I bring it up because there's a line in it that one of the main characters, Violet, says, and she says, "In case you haven't noticed, Finch, I'm broken too." And I actually cried during that part because it's so good. But what's happening is Finch is saying that he'll break Violet, but Violet's broken too. And that reminds me of this book because they're both broken, they're both working with a lot of crap in their life, and so they kind of help each other get through that, and it definitely reminded me of All the Right Places. And the second one, Boys Like You, which isn't the second one, it's kind of like a companion novel because it's about other characters in the story. That one also sounds very similar to All the Right Places and this one, and All the Right Places is literally its own category. It's the most amazing book I think I've ever read. I definitely recommend this book. If you have not read it, then go pick it up. It is fabulous. But now we're gonna move on to spoilers, so if you haven't read this book, then you want to leave because you don't want to get spoiled. It's a really good book. Go read it. Spoilers! Okay, hopefully you're gone if you have not read Some Kind of Normal. One thing I want to say at the beginning is that I completely relate to Everly. She's like the preacher's daughter, and she's always seen as like goody two-shoes and stuff like that. That is me. Like, in my grade, I've always been the one to invite people to youth group, and I'm always like, you gotta be good, and that's literally my life. I did not expect the father being gay thing. I totally didn't expect it. I knew he was cheating, but I didn't think he was gay, okay? I thought the story was just gonna be a love story and something like her father's a bad guy, but it's about like love is love, and I thought there was other themes, but that's okay. I mean, it's great. It was good. I didn't expect it. It's wonderful. The seizures were really scary. Like if somebody that I loved just started going into a seizure, I don't even know what I would do. And like from Everly's point of view, that just sounds so scary. And like they were going to go, you know, back to the thing, and then frustrating. This always happens in books. It's like they're about to go, and no, they just like, that's exactly like Point of Retreat. They were going to go, and then they can't, and it's like, Now, I was very frustrated with Trevor. I liked Trevor. He was very honest. He was like, I know I'm being like High School Musical right now, because he didn't want to be like, you know, the classic love story or whatever. He was always very honest with us as readers, but he was such a massive dick to Everly. It's like, I know you're trying to be like all self-destructive right now, but you and Everly deserve each other. She's been, okay, one thing I didn't understand is that Everly was like, you need to like help me out, and you haven't been listening to me. You didn't ask me how I felt. Excuse me, Everly, you have been blocking him off for one reason, and he knows it's about your family. You've been like really cold for most of this book. So the fact that he's not listening is not true. He's been asking you repeatedly if everything's okay. So it's just up until this moment that he hasn't asked you. That was really frustrating. It was like, Everly, you didn't ask Trevor about anything. You didn't ask him. You know, he's got problems too. One thing that I found irrelevant was the before and after. Like, I didn't even notice it. And here's my spiel on chapters. I like number chapters because I want to not have to look at the number, because I just want to go straight into reading the next chapter. So when we go to the part that it turns into the after, I'm like, what the hell? I didn't even see that. What? I hate when chapters have words, like, and there's a table of contents, like, nah, I don't do that. Willie just came into my room. Willie, the baby. You gonna throw up on me? No? Okay. I don't want to have to read something before I go into reading. It's just kind of annoying, and I never remember the titles of the chapter, and it just seems very irrelevant. Now, in the middle, we have, you know, Minnesotan. We have the chapter 15, chapter 16, and that's fine. I'm good with that. Now, I did like the split perspective. I'm a sucker for some split perspective. Love that ish. But yeah, that's all I had to say on some kind of normal. I was about to say someone like you. I'll probably reread it someday. I'm glad I bought it. I'm not one to buy books before I've read them, and I kind of regret that with the statistical probability of Love at First Sight, because I did not like that book. But I really liked this book, and I'll probably buy the second one, and yay! And if you guys didn't notice, I'm wearing my bathing suit right now because I'm going to the beach today. Going to the beach. Holla at your girlfriend right here. You guys. You should definitely go check out my blog. It's in the description. And my Goodreads. My blog has most of my written reviews that lead to my Goodreads and other reviews like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.